We don't have ideas, so we know. Hold on, let me do something. I know. I'm ordered. I've been told that I'm 2 minutes late, so we're going to run through this meeting 2 minutes faster. Okay. Welcome. Look at those Zoomers. Oh my God. Chris Bradford and his partner Steve. Wow. Good job, guys. I saw Mike Newman somewhere. There's Mike, Chuck, and Marcia. It's good to see you at any time. Are you going to be in Los Angeles at some point?
I will be in November. Right now it's football season and I have kids in the band and I have to be here for the band.
Oh, I thought you were telling me because it's football season, Fox is keeping you busy.
Fox is keeping me busy too, but I have to be in Greenwood, Arkansas, well, around Greenwood, Arkansas or Fort Smith or wherever they're playing for the football games on Friday night.
Well, fantastic. And the next sequel is going to be Friday nights, right? That was a movie view or a series. So
Friday night,
that's
yeah.
there we go. Everybody mute yourself. Thank you. Welcome Zoomers. Chuck, I didn't get a chance to greet you because you weren't there. Good to see you. Welcome to those on Zoom. I'm even ahead of that. Okay. Unite for good. Ethan, what does that mean to you in terms of Unite for Good? I didn't prepare you. Don't have to worry about the answer. Okay, what do you think that means in terms of Rotary for you? You have to speak up so these people. Excellent. Thank you, Ethan. Okay. That is a good thing to remember. We need to unite for good. Right, Tom? Okay. I want to thank our greeter. I didn't get a chance to greet you, but Jim, always great to see you. And thank it was a team. Oh, you're pointing to Janet. Janet was the greeter. Okay, got it. Thank you, Janet. Okay, it's as Ethan said, it takes more than one person. So with greeting was great. Thank you. They were not united, they were unite. Okay. Ethan, would you lead the pledge, please? Everybody stand up, take your hats off, and at the corner over there. Go ahead. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Chuck, can you mute yourself, please?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Perfect. Okay. The thought of the day is being led by Steve O'Day.
Oh, I love it.
September is a month that's filled with reflections on change, new beginnings, on beauty, on the transition to fall, and nostalgia. Here are a few quotes that capture these sentiments. All the months are crude experiments out of which the perfect September is made. That was by Virginia Woolf. Life starts all over again when it gets crisp in the fall. F. Scott Fitzgerald. Happily, we bask in the warm September sun, which illuminates all creatures. Henry David Thoreau. Voltaire said, for those who like wine is the divine juice of September. Besides quotes, there's a famous song that's out there. It's called Try to Remember. It's from this play, a musical that started on off-Broadway in 1960 and went until 2002. 42 years of performances, over 17,000 performances. So what I'd like to do is read a few lines from it. Try to remember the kind of September. But wait a minute. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to ask a friend of mine, Jerry Orbach, to sing it for us. He was in the Broadway cast, the original off-Broadway cast.
Hello.
Hello.
Harry.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
When life was small,
Yes, it is a speaker.
so slow. Try to remember the day, September,
No.
when grass was green and grain was yellow. Try to remember the kind of September when you were a tender and callow fellow. Try to remember, and if you remember, then follow.
That's the first stanza. If the president wants me to play more, I will. Otherwise,
The only way you can play anymore, you're gonna sing it.
well, I don't know the words.
Then we are not playing.
Okay, but anyway, that was Jerry Orbach singing Try to Remember September song. In other
I
words.
like this new.
And this is actually a speaker, everybody. This little guy is a speaker. That's what was playing the music a second ago. So anyway, September.
All right, thank you, Steve. See, with a little thought, this can happen. I was hoping that he would sing because we don't have the song of the day because Ed Galtis has something else that's going on. So we'll move right on. Thank you, Christine is not here. Who is going to do the windmill today? It is probably recorded, yes? Okay, so we'll figure this out. Somebody will. Mark, you're doing it? Mark Rogo, thank you very much for pivoting in. What you put in.
Anything for Ben?
Thank you, Mark Rogo. Let's give Mark a big hand. Are there any visiting Rotarians besides our speaker? I don't see anybody. Oh, excuse me. Why don't you introduce yourself? Stand up. Forget Mark's. Tell us something we don't know about you. Yes. Oh. So we, you know what? We can skip it. I just figured I could. Well, by the way, one other question, but I want to just say, you're with the greatest mentor. You should go back and kill there. I mean, no one's going to say no to you after that. Yes. You know, that's such a great idea. I think, I don't know where that hat is. Oh, okay. We'll be happy to do that. Would you wear it if we send it to you? Okay. All right. Nice to see you. Have a great rest of your life. I hope to see you in Düsseldorf. Believe me, there's another guy. Remember the other guy that we met? So there's another member. I should hook you guys up. Yes. Hans Guell. In Düsseldorf. I don't know. I do have his information. I will make sure you get it. I just remembered. And let's everybody give him a warm welcome, send him on his way. So there's then nobody else but our speaker, correct? Who? Oh, Shireen. I'm sorry. Shireen, please stand up. I don't consider you a visitor. All right. Who are you? What is your name? That's what I couldn't pronounce. And let's give her a warm welcome. Shireen, even though you're a guest, you're never a guest here. Okay, you're always welcome. Okay? Sue? Oh, Mike? Oh, Amy. You're going to introduce Amy. I forgot Amy. I'm so sorry. You're the better half's here. What? Amy, I'm sorry for not introducing you. Okay, please forgive me. Now, without further ado, I promised Tom Barron that you only get now 2 minutes. No, come on. Oh, it's gonna take you a minute to get up here. Tom will explain, we have every year a Super Bowl pool. The season hasn't even started. You get to pick the winning teammate. Tom, you need some. Here, the speaker's all yours.
Okay, the official opening of the NFL is this weekend. So just prior to that, we always have a Super Bowl pool. And we are going to do the same thing this year. Now, there's 32 teams, all of which there's an individual slip in this envelope for each team. The entry for the pool is $5 and cash $5. The ones on Zoom, if you tell me you want to enter, we'll have someone picked for you, and you can have Terry bill you for the amount, but we'll get your name down.
Oh, hold on. I do not want Terry to build them for 5 minutes. We'll get you deadbeats
Okay.
and never come to
The
me.
first one to select, only because they're going to record who has the rest of the teams, is Mark Rogo. So Mark, will you? Now, what I'd like is the most honest person in the room, Janet Schwartz. Forget it. Janet Schwartz to come up and you
collect
handle
the
it.
All right, this is my $5.
All right, pick a team.
Pick a team, okay? Beverly Hills High School, Miami Dolphins.
All right, put your name down there next to the team and then record anyone else who picks.
Take some money.
Right. No, he doesn't.
You know, what I want you to do is hand out the tickets so everybody is picking a team.
Where's the money?
The money goes to me. I'll give it to Terry.
I should. Well,
Okay,
But I want
I think we're gonna do this differently. Tia, where are you? Can we just shut this down so we can use this as writing? Can we close this for a sec? Are we gonna disconnect that? No, we don't want to disconnect. Okay.
what are you doing? Give
We
me
need
the
a
$5
team.
and
We need a team.
pick a team.
All right, where's the team?
Right here.
Which table? Let's do a table.
The money.
Okay.
Okay, Tom, why don't we do it at the table here?
Why don't you just pick a team and we can do it that way? Okay,
Tennessee Titans.
so Mark Benjamin has Tennessee Titans. Oh, never mind. Okay, Bob Simon's up. 15. One slip.
which one?
I got Tennessee Titans.
Philadelphia.
Good
One
choice.
champion.
Tell Mark.
What is it? Well,
I'm paying for you.
This is for Diane and Frank.
Oh, Diane and Frank?
I'm writing them down.
All right.
Send us $5.
Here's
Yeah,
Diane.
I already did take-
I'll get,
How can we move this along? We have a speaker. How do we help?
It's got the.
We need to quickly move this.
The pool.
here's
Okay.
10. I'll put.
All right, I got a great idea. All right, Janet,
Huh?
Steve made a great
Oh, she did?
idea. Let's circulate the room
Okay.
and let's go
I'll
do
pick
it.
for yourself and Taya.
Tom,
Okay.
I hate to
That's yours,
interrupt you.
Tim.
Tom,
Remember, I said that it would be better to have the $5 first.
we're gonna serve that.
Well, this is for two of them, so,
Tom, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna walk around
okay,
and they're gonna give us money because we're gonna get it quickly.
okay, that's
Okay, all right. So now your guys are done, right?
picking, you pick one.
What is the name? What's yours, Tom?
Mine's Baltimore Ravens.
I have the New Patriots.
And Taya has New England Patriots. And here's the $10.
Okay, come on, let's go. Play.
He's thinking.
Okay. We're gonna want, Benjamin took over this duty.
Come on, somebody come with this. Oh, we'll get one. Anybody else in Zoom want to do one? Raise your hand. That's it? Okay. $5, you want a chance to win 150.
60.
$5
$5 times 32 teams is $160. If I do my math.
Not yet. Not yet. Can we do more than one? No, not now.
Not now. You only pick one team right now because I'll come back to you after everybody in the room's got a chance to select. It's part of the rules.
That's the question. Let's do it.
Does everybody understand that? You can pick more than one team, but we'll wait till everybody has a chance to select. Okay, we got Ron Leister picking.
No cheat.
No cheat.
Ron, who did you pick? Ron? Chargers.
I have 5 siblings. I will.
I think this is a lot quicker on Benjamin.
Getting a little position.
Okay, all right, let's go.
Speaker can come. Yeah.
Well, he said a lot quicker, but it's not.
I hope so. See, I was saying, that's what I thought. 45, okay, all right, okay, all right. Not 5, all right.
Hey, John, I heard Chief Joker. I heard Chief Joker about 2 little boys who doing the store and out to the cash machine, bought the tampons.
All right,
And
Tom,
Just.
we are gonna do this after the meeting. This is gonna take time. We have to introduce the speaker.
Well, if you did.
Yeah, so we're gonna do this. All of those who want to participate in this pool, stay for 2 minutes, we're gonna do that.
did you? No, this is about all drive. We started use these.
Good.
You can play tennis, whatever, you can go swimming.
Okay, let's move on. Grab your clean. Okay, now I realize who Louise is. I did not realize who she is. Your daughter. Ah, I did. Now I make the connection. Okay. So we went too far? Okay. All right, that's all right. Go for it. This age to the opportunity, not for the pool.
No,
Okay.
this is opportunity.
All right. I can't wait to hear, I can't.
Yeah, wait. I
No.
know you can't wait, but you'll have to wait until I finish talking.
How long?
Not long.
Give
This
them-
is Louise Smith is my stepdaughter. I've known Louise for 25 years. And she has information and a presentation today that I think you're going to find riveting and quite useful. She's recently the interim director of USC's Digital Library. Louise Smith is a digital librarian, and she's going to talk to you about how to archive your family history. Louise?
So Louise, let me show you. There's a pointer there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna click through like this.
Okay, you see this? Here's. This will help you. Right here.
Great.
Okay.
I like the keyboard.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Hi, I'm Louise. Thank you for the introduction, Bob. I only have like less than 15 minutes, so it's going to be 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to try to be brief, but let me know if I'm speaking too quickly. I'm presenting today about family archives, how to digitize, preserve, and share your family archives.
Stop, everyone. Tom, after the meeting, please.
Sorry, so just so we're all on the same page with what a family archive is, it could be anything and everything sort of qualifies for what is part of your family archive. It could be photo albums, it could be those mounted slides, which are what you use to put in the slide projector. Those count. Photographs that are stuffed in drawers, those are part of your family archive. A lot of us have boxes maybe in our garages or just around the house of different materials that are not put together. And that all qualifies as family archive. I want to start by talking about how long formats last, because a lot of times we have these things in boxes and we think, okay, it's in the garage, it's safe, it's there, I'll deal with it later. In some cases, that's true. It's pretty fine being in a box in your garage. Let's start with the longest lasting format. Journals, letters, ink on paper. Those last a very long time. You can look at letters from, 200 years ago, and you can still read that ink on the paper. They can be stored in different sort of environments and they will do okay as long as they are out of direct sunlight, you're fine. Then we go to about 70 to 80 years, photographs. So if you look at your parents' photographs, you'll see a lot of them are black and white. They're starting to turn a little bit of sepia tone, and that color in the photographs is starting to disappear. Even if you keep them in boxes, the color will just it's just not an archival form. The photographs that were taken and processed at like drugstores back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, those are going to last even shorter than our parents' photographs did. Then around 50 to 60, sometimes even shorter, depending on how you're storing them, are transparencies. So those are mounted slides, the cut 35 millimeter film that we used to get in the little pouches. Those are transparencies. You can look through them. If you want to do a spot check when you get home, you can find some of those transparencies, hold them up to the light. If you're starting to see a magenta tone on them, that means that color is shifting and they have started the disintegration process. Unless you've been keeping them in your refrigerator, which I doubt you have been, they are going to be disintegrating. Then around 20 years, VHS tapes, beta tapes, pneumatic tapes, those family videos, 16 millimeter, people have been talking to me about. They have, I promise you, they've already started the deterioration process. You can take it, smell it. If it smells kind of vinegary, you're in big trouble. So even if they don't smell, and if you happen to find an old VHS player, pop that in, and what you're going to see, I guarantee you, is a lot of channeling. So it's going to be going kind of like this. The video is not stable anymore. And that means the tape is starting to separate itself and the sound in the video will come apart. And there are things you can do in the digitization process to get it back together. But VHS tapes have and beta tapes, those sort of moving image, a very short shelf life, unless you've been keeping them in your refrigerator, which I don't think you have. Then to 10 years is the non-archival data CDs. I'm going to sort of lump it in with those external hard drives, thumb drives, non-solid state drives. So when you hold them up, you can hear the ch-ch of the fan running. Very short life. they just break. And so you try to plug it in and it's not recognized on the computer. Say it still works. How is it connecting to your computer? Is it an Ethernet cord? Is it FireWire? Is it USB? Because those connector wires change over time, and it's getting harder and harder to find the connection to get those hard drives, external hard drives, even connected to your computer. Okay, so you get the connection. Okay, you've got it up and running. You go and open it, and you find out that the file types for the photos and documents that you had on those drives are no longer supported. These file types are not archival. We do have archival file types now, but we weren't really thinking about this back in the 90s, back in the early 2000s. And so a lot of companies were creating their own file types that you can't even open up those files anymore. So something you want to keep in mind. All right, so you decided to do your digitization project. You decided to do the archiving of the materials that you have. Where to even start? I recommend thinking about what your priorities are. Think about what formats you have and what are most at risk. So highly recommend starting with those moving images, so starting with the 16 millimeter, starting with the VHS, those sorts of things. You've just got such a short amount of time to get those videos off of that format. So I would recommend starting there. And then maybe transparencies, because those are also at risk. And then think about what's important to me and my family. A lot of us have a lot of photos of flowers and house pets and houses and things like that. I recommend taking the time to go through what you have in those storage boxes and trying to sort of separate the ones that have people in them and things that you really want to share with your family. And then third is, what are my archiving goals? So what am I planning to do after I archive? Do I want to put these in archival boxes? Do I want to send files via email? What are my goals? Some tips to think about. The more time you can spend on your archiving project, the better the results and the less it will cost. You can always send things out to, Kodak, Legacy Box, different digitization vendors. When you start asking for those high resolution formats and like actual archival quality, the price gets more and more expensive. If you can spend that instead by buying like a really nice, just like a normal, like Epson scanner, and committing to doing some of that work yourself, like a couple hours every weekend, you're going to end up with much better quality images and something that makes more sense for you and your needs. If you do decide to go the route of digitization, you want to think about what your file naming convention is, meaning like if you're going to start scanning a bunch of negatives or photographs, please don't scan them to like image 001, image 002, because you end up with a big mess and you're not going to know what to do with it. So choose a file naming convention that makes the most sense. Something that we do in the digital library is it would be like, if I was digitizing my archive, it would be my last name, Smith, _ the year the photograph was taken and the month. So it would be like 2025. 09. And then you could have like a photograph 1, like whatever you want it to be, so that you're choosing a different file, but you want it. The goal is when you look in your like Finder window on your computer, it will automatically sort by year, because that's probably how you're like, oh, I want to see photos from when my son was born. Well, I know he was born in 1982, and you can go right to 1982 and find it so much easier that way than having a bunch of photos without any information in the file name. Last, do not throw away your physical archive. Unless it's moving image again, where it's like a VHS or tape, you can throw those away. But everything else, just hold on to, please. Because digital files, as amazing as they are, sometimes things happen, and it would be such a shame if you lost everything because there was like a fire and you had your computer in your house and all the photos were there. So hold on to those materials. All right, digitization. I have on here, find the right vendor. The right vendor is you. I promise. The right vendor is you. If you just don't have the time, you can send them out. But you really want to think about what you're going to get back. So you really want to go with, you can do scan to JPEG. Don't scan to JPEG. Do not scan to JPEG. Many people don't know this, but JPEGs, when you're moving those files around, opening them up, closing them, it's a lossy format, which means that the pixels will disappear. Yeah, you can't see it, but we're not thinking about 5 years from now. We're not thinking about 10 years from now. We're thinking about like 100 years from now. Those formats aren't stable. Please, if you're going to digitize to TIFF. It's a lossless format, so you can move it around. Things can happen to it. It will not lose any pixels. TIFF, TIFF. And that goes into digitize once. So I know it seems ridiculous to be scanning a transparency and thinking, okay, I'm scanning it to 3,000 PPI. Oh my gosh, now I have this huge file and it's a TIFF and it takes up so much space. But think about the photos that we were taking on our like early 2000s digital cameras. Like you look at those now and you're like, ooh, what do I do with this? If you're digitizing to high quality archival standards, you're safe. They will look great in 100 years. I mean, who knows if we'll be around, but it'll look good. It's an archival image. So don't digitize to like a JPEG and do like a 600 for a transparency, because you're gonna have to digitize it again at some point. So I've already sort of talked about the file naming convention that makes sense, and have an archival file preservation plan. So we do the rule of 3 in digital libraries, which means they're on a hard drive, they're in the cloud, they're on a computer. Things happen. You always want to make sure that these files, if you're going to be spending a lot of time doing this work or spending money doing this work, make sure the files are safe. There are a couple different options out there for actual like archival storage systems. Sure, if you want to do that, it's sort of expensive, but just putting them in the cloud, Google Cloud, but make sure you're paying your bill, because if you don't pay your bill and you're using more space, Google doesn't care and they will delete them. So have it in the cloud, have it on an external solid state drive, and have it on your personal computer. All right, last slide. How do I share my digital archive? The best thing I've seen people do is create a printed book. Curating those photos, building out really beautiful photo books, and there's so many services that can help you with this, and creating metadata, which means you're looking at every photograph, you're naming the people in the photograph, you're saying what year it was taken, and adding that information that really makes those photos rich and meaningful. That is the best thing you can do. And you'd be so, hopefully not surprised, but you might be really surprised if you give them out to people at holidays. Like people, your family, your kids' kids, they love that. They're so interested in family histories. And that's something they can hold on to. And you can give it to you can print out multiple copies of them or have multiple copies made. So when one person loses them, someone else has that book somewhere. And the great thing about books is people put them on a bookshelf and they just sit around and last for hundreds of years. Another option is a simple website, Google Sites. You could put a lot of photos up there, and that way and you can share it with family and they can go and take photos for themselves and take it down, totally fine. Again, with any kind of website, you're paying a hosting fee, and the minute you stop paying that hosting fee, that website is gone. Something to think about. Another is a lot of these sites like Squarespace and Google Sites are only as good as long as they're supported. So Google Sites, I'm always like, is this the last day of Google Sites? Because Google sometimes decides to stop supporting something and it just goes away. So it's good for a short-term share. Or the photo appears at the journal we digitized this journal and gave it to family members as a PDF. And they can go through and read the journal in their own time on their reader. So that's another really good option. And also, unless the handwriting is like this, which is very hard to read, sometimes it can even recognize the words. And so you can go through and sort of word search, which is kind of cool. And the technology is getting a lot better for that too. All right. That's it. Any questions? Let me know.
Programs that. Show me a couple pictures of that one. Lane, system sort of yellow. Where you can take that image, because a lot of photos are starting to fade away. Like, can you bring the colors back? Like, for instance, that might be a lawn there. Programming to identify, AI can identify the colors that are there. Is there programs such as that?
Oh yeah, AI is such an amazing tool and it's getting better all the time. When I started about 10 years ago at the digital library, when someone was like, oh, we use AI to do our metadata, which is to describe the images, I was like, that's ridiculous because it's just not good enough. It would be like a photo of a car, but there's like no context. I gotta say now, there's a lot, it's just come so far. But to your point about, that's called post-processing. So when you start going in and changing the colors around to what the colors were supposed to be, what I would recommend is saving the TIFF as this, exactly as digitized, and then making a copy of that as a JPEG. And you can fool around with the colors to make it more representative of what it was, but don't mess with that original digitized TIFF because that is, what you're doing is subjective. So.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
She has, we have many time, we have a lot of time. If you have the time, we have till 1:30. All right, Chris?
You said put it in a book. What does that mean? Put it in what type of book?
So there are services out there where you can take the digital files. Yet nothing comes to the top of my head. Mom, you make these all the time. Shutterfly, it's a big one.
Yeah,
So
I use it for all my travels.
yeah, exactly.
However, it's got a limit.
Right. So what you could do is you could sort of go through what you digitize and do it by subject. You might create a couple different books, but that's one option. There are other places that start to get significantly more expensive where you can just put everything in one book, but they're a little bit more bespoke.
Who else? Oh, Shane.
Can you go over what TIFF is and how to access it?
Right, okay, access. Okay, so TIFF is an archival format for digital images, not video, right? And TIFF is a format that isn't tied to any specific program, so you can access it on any kind of computer. You know, it's not gonna ever, if you put it on like a CD drive and whatever, it's not going to, you're not gonna not be able to open it. Any program can open a TIFF. However, TIFFs are very large because it is a lossless format. So if you put them in your Google Drive and then you're like, oh, I want to look at it, it's not going to show up as like a preview because it's just too big. You're going to have to download it. I hesitate to say this because I'm already asking people to do a lot by digitizing to TIFF. The best option is to digitize to TIFF, and this is getting really complicated technically, but if you're able to, make a second copy as a lower res JPEG, because those you can send via email or just share more easily, and you can also easily put them into websites and all that sort of thing. Also with photo books, I don't know if they allow you to put TIFFs in their little photo book maker, but if you do both, do both.
Where do you save the TIFF? In other words, you can't put it here or put it there. Where do you?
Put it anywhere, but it takes up a lot of storage space. So what I would recommend is putting it in your Google Drive or whatever cloud-based storage and putting it also on a solid state drive, meaning like does not have a fan. It's just, yeah. And those prices for those have come down a lot. So that would make a lot of sense. You can get like a 10 terabyte external solid state drive for under $1,000. Yeah.
Wow, this is interesting.
Yeah.
We all going home?
No, your USC Digital Imaging, do they just take any kind of a family archive, video, whatever?
Anything, scrapbook, whatever you need, they can digitize it. They have a AV digitization lab. I don't work for them, but I'm friends with them. And they do all different types of moving image formats, beta, 16 millimeter, all that.
Do they charge for this?
Oh, yeah, they do. USC is in a budget crisis, so everything. They charge internally as well. Special collections need something digitized, they charge them. However, I've seen their price sheet. It's very reasonable. It's like $20 a tape.
Do you have any idea? Legacy box?
Oh my gosh. I'm biased. I work at USC. I'm a digital librarian. Unless the digitization done by these digital imaging labs like USC, where we're digitizing to cultural heritage standards, is not even, it's just insane. It's so much better. It is the number one, like that is the archival. You can do, like get the digitize them, and you could ask for something like, okay, give me JPEGs as well, but they're not going to digitize it unless they're digitizing it to cultural heritage standards. Oh, yeah, it's okay. So if you're in a pinch, you can do that for sure. They'll do it, but the cost starts to get expensive when you start asking for archival standards. And also, it does take work on your end because what you're going to get back is a hard drive with image 001, image 002. So then you need to spend the time to go in and rename every single file.
Can you comment about the archival work you've done for the Department of Defense?
I don't think anybody cares, but we digitized all the archives for the Department of Defense. So that's like every Corps of Engineer center across the United States and abroad. It was a huge project. It was a $25 million project. So that's why I can say that project funded the equipment that is in the USC Digital Imaging Lab. And that's why they can hit such an incredibly high standard, because that equipment is so expensive. $25 million. And that's why we're in a budget crisis for the US. Just kidding.
That's a great comment.
All right.
Thank you, Chris.
Janet, you have some questions?
Is there a device one can purchase to be able to sell it?
Yes, there are lots of scanners out there that are great. I'm going to name drop the Epson 850. If you're doing any kind of transparency, that is a beautiful scanner that will give you just gorgeous digital files. But Epson is just a great company all around. Oh, yeah.
What is the proper way to clean or scan?
Great question. The easiest way to do it is probably getting some compressed air and just spraying them off. It is time consuming because each one will probably need to be cleaned if you want, like you can see in this image, if that master slide is not cleaned. I don't know who did that. But yeah, you want to make sure to really be, maybe even a little dust cloth that they sell, just like wiping it down and then doing a little, yeah, good question. Yeah.
What happens, we had a lot of inquiries from people who lost their homes with all of their folks.
Yeah, it's really sad. And I think that I know I'm like working in the digital library and I represent that world. And I do think that I do think that you should digitize what you have, because like the number one thing is to have the physical. Like there's just nothing better than being able to hold photographs in your hand, hold journals. But disasters happen and they're not stopping anytime soon. And so if you can get those materials digitized and in the cloud, like in a couple different places, also please put it in the cloud, because it's not just like in one server, you know, in Montana for Google, they mirror it. So it's not going anywhere. Like if a tornado hits the Google server farm, your files are perfectly safe somewhere else as well. All right. Oh, yeah.
With the constant evolution of video formats, what do you transfer on movies to?
Right. Right. That's a great question. I don't know, because I don't do that digitization work. However, I do know that there is an archival format for them. I don't know it off the top of my head. I feel like it's DPX or something like that, but you could easily do it to like an MP4, which is still really good. Not archival, but it's a really good format. The thing with that is, you know, photos take up a lot of space. Digitizing moving image videos, you know, you got to get that hard drive and be buying some cloud storage, because those are huge files. All right. Oh, yes, Mom.
Just wondering if you're available as a consultant in this area.
Yes, I do work as a consultant for family archives who have large collections and are looking to get them digitized, and I can help with that. No.
Let people down before. We have something present from our club. You can look at some you can use.
I love pens. Oh,
Yes, yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Thank
you very much. So here's what's going to happen. Guess what? On 9/11, we're going to have a council person, Katie Yaroslavsky. And I have so many questions for her. I might be the one that's going to monopolize. I'm tired of trash. Oh, I'm tired of this and I'm tired of that. She's going to get a mouthful. I hope she's prepared for it. And who arranged for this beautiful person coming? I think it was John O'Keefe, maybe. Okay, good. So what we're going to do now, Tom Bierman, what? Okay, everybody, as early as you can come next week, Katie Yaroslavsky has to leave at 12. She has to present at 12:15. Okay, so what we're going to do right this moment, Tom's sitting right there. Next to him is going to be Janet and Tia. Everyone who's interested that did not participate in school, immediately go over there, bring you $5, and let us get this wrapped up now. We'll do this differently next year, I promise you. It'll be done in advance. Let me see if there's anything else. Thank you, everybody, and the meeting is adjourned. You're right. Start late.
Great.
I understand. I know your sense of humor.